If you're planning on towing with a 2024 Ford F-150, this is definitely a good video for you. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Diego. This truck's available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the options and features. At the very top is the description. And then here is the standard equipment. And here are all the options. So this is a 501A equipment group, and they do have the optional 3.5 liter EcoBoost for 90 bucks, and tow haul is $785. FX4 package is $1,095, and then this does have the 20-inch chrome wheels and an extended range 36-gallon fuel tank. Destination comes in at $1,995 with a total price of $69,765, and then here is the fuel economy numbers. At this point, most people know that they did refresh the F-150s for 2024. So you have a new grille, new headlight design, and the lower bumper has been restyled a little bit too. Now on the Lariat, they do give you the projector style headlights. And this one does have the forward camera and front parking sensors too. Recovery loops are down below. And you guys can see the valance too. And they do have a reflective style for the fog lights. Active grille shutters, and then here's the hood. And what do you guys think about the avalanche color, by the way? I'll show it to you guys here in the shade. But it has a nice look to it, especially with the interior. So I've never seen this interior before in the past, and it is updated for 2024. Now I do like on the side how they give you like this appearance of fender flares there. 20-inch wheels wrapped in a Hankook tire, and these are the Dynapro AT2, so slight off-road tire. And then here is the size, 275/60/20. It's not an LT, which is shocking for a truck that has a tow haul package. And then you guys can see the capacity, 2,679 pounds at 51 psi. Independent front suspension, double wishbone. You do have the fabric material for the wheel well. And here's some of the badging and the chrome. More cameras, which make up that 360 camera view. Chrome door handles with a smart key system on the front, and a little bit of chrome where the windows are. Fixed running boards down below. Now let's go ahead and talk about why you should buy this truck for towing. Now, if you didn't see it on the window sticker, there's a 145-inch wheelbase, and then there's a 157-inch wheelbase. This truck has the longer bed, which is 6.5 versus a 5.5, which is why this is a 157-inch wheelbase. Anytime you're looking at towing, a longer wheelbase truck is always going to tow better. That's why dualies typically only come in long bed, because you're going to get better stability with that type of truck. Hopefully you guys can see it down there. But yes, having the longer bed does give you better stability for towing. I would recommend upgrading these tires to an LT. You want a little bit stiffer sidewall too. I have towed with Ford trucks in the past, and because of how light they are, and I'm talking about the F-150s because of the aluminum bodies, they do have a lot more sway compared to like other pickup trucks in a half-ton segment. But 36-gallon fuel tank, as you guys heard, which is a really nice advantage. I think it's the largest one in the segment too. And then here is the suspension. That lower leaf is going to be a helper spring, and then you have that main one right there. Shock absorber. No wheel well liner on this truck, and E-coated frame. Now that spare tire, believe it or not, is an all-terrain tire, but it is a donut style, which is interesting. 355 rear with the locker, as you guys saw on the window sticker. And then parking sensors out back. They give you a 7 and 4 pin for your trailer right there. And I didn't mention on the front, but I do like the white lettering for the badges for 2024. Camera, and then this light's for your conventional hitch. They did restyle. Ooh. Wow. They did restyle the tail lights for 2024. 400 watts of power in the bed. There is 2,000 watts. You can also get a spray and bail liner from the factory, and you can get a bed view camera as well. A little bit of storage on the side there. And let's see if this is power. It is not. But here's just a better look in the shade. You guys see that FX4 badge is not showing any red. Normally it has red on there, but I like that one a lot better. If you're looking at a Lariat, you have 3 engine options available. The 5-liter Coyote V8 does come standard, and this 3.5-liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6 was a $90 upcharge, and you have this engine in hybrid form, which is known as the Power Boost. With that being said, aluminum heads and block, port and direct injection, 400 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. All that power goes through a 10-speed transmission. And by the way, to all my Ford guys out there, I just noticed the PCV on this truck. Do you guys recommend running a catch can on these trucks? I'm not sure if anyone's ever taken apart the intake or the top end of these engines to see if there's any actual buildup. I mean, I know this is port injected, but I always recommend running a catch can when possible. I've actually been thinking about doing it with my wife's car too, but yes, this truck does have the PCV right there. And if you don't know what PCV stands for, it's positive crankcase ventilation. So basically vapors or oil vapors do get run through here back onto the intake, and over time it could, you know, create buildup in there. So I was wondering if anyone's ever had a chance to take apart the engine and actually see if that's the case. But yeah, I would recommend just running a catch can, especially if you plan on keeping your car for a long time. I did it on my Charger Hellcat, and believe it or not, I only put like 8,000 miles in the car, and I actually dumped that thing a couple times owning it. So yes, just something to consider if you are buying this truck brand new. So here is the updated interior for 2024. Now this truck does have that slate gray, and it looks pretty good. Now this interior color is actually in the limited trim level for that Super Duty right there. It's like an Admiral blue color though. I like it better here. And is in part to the fact that you have a lighter color roof. So I feel like this goes well in this interior. Perforated leather, and I like the two-tone on the seats too. So a little bit of brown piping. That's something I've seen on the Super Duties. You have a power steering column. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but you have 3 seat memories, and you have power folding outside mirrors. Here's just some of your controls. Here's some of the trimming too as well. All this is soft touch, more of that brown stitching that matches the piping on the seats. 10-way including the lumbar, power pedals down below, and you can pretty much connect all that with your seat memories too. Grab handles on the side, but these running boards help the most. But yeah, you have the 12-inch display here and here. This interior definitely works well. It's not my favorite, but I think that with the Lariat, this is the best dollar for dollar interior for sure. Now, surprisingly, this one does not have the wireless charger though. 2 USBs. It is available, and you can drop this down if you like. This one does not have the workstation, but that is available. Here's some of your storage. This area is illuminated, and they do give you 2 USBs down below, Type C's. And if you don't know, this right here, if you don't really need to use this, you can slip it over there and just use this for deeper storage. I know sometimes women might throw their big purse in here or something like that. But I like that they give you this cover. You have the heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, dual climate control. Some of your driving modes are here. Sport, you have your eco mode, and you have tow haul mode, normal, slippery, off-road, and rock crawl. Interesting, this truck has rock crawl, guys. Interesting. Now as far as your tow haul mode goes, let's talk about tow haul for a second. So if you want to set up your screen, all you have to do is go to your settings here. Actually, you have to go to hit menu here, and let's just scroll down really quickly to settings, and you can pretty much set up your tow view. Okay, let me just do it really quickly. So what I did was, you guys can see you have the RPMs, which comes like that for your tow haul mode, but I put your measurements over here, and I did put your turbo boost at the very top there, and I added a number for the coolant. You can put the engine oil up there too, but I like this setup a little bit better. And if you want to have your trip one right there monitoring your fuel economy, you could do that as well. So I like what Ford has done with this screen. They show you a lot of nice features. This truck does not have the heads-up display, by the way, too, but at the very top here, auto stop start, you have your 360 camera view here. This is going to help with parking, caution lights, traction control, and then you have that downhill assist. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. This does have an 8-way passenger seat, including the lumbar support. You guys saw that this was a storage area, and then your glove box down below. Soft touch on the top there, and then you guys can see the home link up there, spot for your sunglasses, and they do have LED lighting for the interior. I would recommend getting those auxiliary switches too. Might be nice to add some extra lights to the truck, especially if you plan on going off-road. And then 60/40 bench out back. This one does not have the storage down below, but you guys see the inverter, 12-volt plug, and then you have your 120 volt with your 2 Type-C USBs. You can kind of see that light shining down below too. Air vents, seat back pockets. Let's go ahead and check out the payload. Here is the front gross axle rating at 3,750 pounds. The rear is 3,800 pounds. Gross fuel weight rating is going to be 7,200 pounds. And 20 by 8.5 wide wheels. The axle code for a 355 locker is L9 right there. All in payload, 1,833 pounds. That's almost as much payload as a Ram 2500 high trim. Insane. I should do a comparison, but I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will, I don't know, we'll see. But yes, I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. This is a beautiful spec, and I definitely recommend this truck for towing. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe. See you guys soon.